Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple helpful hints for how to make your Google Slides. We'll be working on this the entire year, but this is a great chance for you to just kind of go in and play and have some fun creating. So, we're going to take a look at my Google Slide together in our meeting tomorrow, and then you will have a chance during the day to create one for me and that your class could look at. Now, when you're doing Google and you go from your little waffle, I always go to Google Drive. My computer is going very slowly right now, but I was going to Drive because it has everything. And when you go into Drive, you're just going to create a Google slide. For your titles, that's the first thing you want to do because then you can keep everything organized. I'd like for you guys to use your name and then you can just call it All About Me. So put your name up there, and then that way when they pop up for me, I can just tell who they all belong to. So a few little basics. You want to have fun. You want to make your slides pretty. I one of the big things I'm always looking for is that you're using the space of the whole slide, that you don't have a ton of empty space. And that could mean that you just need to make your words larger or space out some pictures. You can also enjoy and play and have fun with the themes, add backgrounds, and really just kind of explore Google Slides again. I'm sure a lot of you haven't used it in a while. So one of the easiest ways, you can just pick a theme that's already created over on the side. And once you add that theme, then you can add as many slides as you need. And on here, it shows you all the different kinds of layouts that you can have. So for your slides, you can have an intro slide. You can put a nice picture of yourself or your family or anything that you'd like. You can just call it your All About Me. And then on here, you could have your name. You could put the year, add in some pictures. I'm just going to show you a couple helpful little tools that I've noticed while I've been creating slides a lot recently. So if I click and add a new slide, you can change your backgrounds. You can make them more colorful if you'd like. Um, one big thing, do not put an image as a background. It makes it way too difficult to read everything of it, and usually they're kind of blurry. So only if the picture is the only thing you're showing can it be your whole slide. But you can have one of the first things is you are going to write a letter to me about yourselves. And so on your Google slide, if you want to do it in Google Docs first and copy it over, that's fine. But you're going to write a letter that's a couple short paragraphs long. And when you finish, make sure it takes up the entire slide. So if you notice that it's a little too small, make sure you've written enough, and then you can go and change your font. Then you can make some fun slides of things that you enjoy. So one of mine was I wrote down my favorite books. And let's say I want the title only. So picture here, or in the little typing box, I'm going to write about my favorite books. Now, this one's already pretty big because they made it a nice title slide, but I'm going to kind of squeeze this in. Oh, a little too much. And I can just move it around. It could be in the middle, it can be at the top. I'm just going to kind of center it here. And then you're going to just insert and you can look up pictures. One of the things I had to do was I had to find a lot of the pictures online. And if I couldn't find the picture of the book that I wanted, I went into a separate tab in Google and added it in. So let's say I'm looking for Dr. Seuss. And oh, the Lorax is one of my favorites. So I can put the Lorax in. Now, I don't want this picture, so I'm going to crop it out. This little crop image is very helpful. I just kind of get rid of that guy. And it's nice because then you can kind of tighten up your pictures. I want Dr. Seuss's name though. And then I can resize this guy. I can move it wherever I want it and then fill my page. Each one of your pages needs to have one sentence at least. So on my favorite books, I'm going to add a text box and I will write a sentence. Write a sentence all about my favorite books. Do not write that sentence because that one's boring. But I just want to show you. Don't leave your font this tiny. Highlight it. Make your fonts nice and big. You can play with your fonts. Find some that you really like. I really like Special Elite right now. That's one of my favorites. And then I'm also going to center it. I can change the color of my font to match my title. So now I've got a nice sentence. Please make sure yours is better than mine. And I can move it around on my page. Then I'm going to fill up the whole page with pictures and sentences explaining everything. If you have a blank slide like this and you want to choose a background, you can put a solid background in. The gradient makes nice, pretty. See how it kind of fades in different directions? Now you'll see my font. I don't like that because now it's blue on blue. So these are times that you get to just kind of play and enjoy and go back and forth, make everything really easy to read. The biggest things you're going to play with is check out colors, check out fonts, check out sizes, but pretend that I don't know how to read tiny words and make everything really big and easy. And then just keep adding on your slides and make more and more. You'll have one letter and then at least 3 other slides telling me about favorites or all about yourself.